And welcome, Hoosier Nation, to our 102nd episode of the Hoosier Sound, where we are the official podcast of Indiana HQ. We're recording this edition of the Hoosier Sound on Monday afternoon, August 19th, 2019, where I am your host, Noah Freeman. On the docket for tonight, we've got another incredibly special guest, Rashawn Williams, class of 2020 wide receiver from Martin Luther King High School in Detroit, Michigan, joins us as we are extremely excited to have him on. First off, Rashawn, even though it's a few months after the official announcement, congratulations on your recruitment being over and becoming a Hoosier. But what has been going on with you and how have you been doing since becoming a Hoosier?
I've been doing great. I finally get a chance to focus on my team. We lost a lot of key pieces on the offense for the 2019 season. So I'm just getting with my guys, getting ready for the season and stuff, trying to get them game ready.
So has school started up for you yet, or are you just still in practice mode?
We're still in practice mode right now.
Gotcha. And we talked a little bit before about the episode that you, on a typical day, will get back pretty late from practice. So how's practice going, and what would a typical day of practice look like for you?
A typical day of practice, first we start off in our specialist period. Then we go to our offensive. We do our offensive plays and stuff. We do like 2 periods of that, and after that we do like competitive drills. We'll probably do one-on-ones, whether that's us blocking the DBs or that's just doing the routes and stuff. Then we'll get in the team period. We'll probably do like 2 team periods where it's like situational football. We'll do 3rd and 8, or we'll do 2nd and long, or anything like that for the game, just to get them ready.
Gotcha. And how does workouts go in the summer? Do you usually do them like in the mornings, afternoons, before practice, during, or how does that usually happen?
Like how do I work out?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do it like on our off days. So if we practice Monday through Friday, I probably practice, or I go work out twice on the weekend. Like I probably go twice Saturday, or I do Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And I wanted to take a little bit back to your childhood. So when was the first time you actually started playing football?
I think around 2007.
Okay. What was your biggest influence during your childhood? What was one of the reasons you got into football as a little kid?
My big cousin, his name Blaine Woodland. I watched him a lot. My family, he was just like the goodest, like the best football player I seen. We didn't really watch TV back then. We was more so outside. So I always seen him playing football, and he was like my inspiration to play.
That's pretty cool. Was he someone that kind of pulled you aside and taught you the game as you were growing up?
Yeah, we were kind of like always competing. So it's like if I'm competing with my big cousin, it's like it always made me want to do better.
Mm-hmm. Is So you just talked about your big cousin being your influence. Was there another professional or collegiate athlete that you kind of looked up to as you were growing up?
Um, Not really. I mostly seen him. Well, Donnie Corley too. He grew up playing football on the same team as me, but we were in different age groups. So I watched him grow up and play. So it was kind of cool for me to do that.
As a young football player and playing, I assume you like to play a lot of pickup football and stuff before you started playing organized stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you happen to play any other sports, or was football basically the only thing you started with?
I played a little basketball. I was good at it, but once I kind of got to high school, it was just like I got to focus on football because that's
Sure.
what I'm trying to play.
Yeah, yeah, that makes total sense. Being a Michigan guy as you were growing up, were you a Michigan or a Michigan State fan and or a Detroit Lions fan?
Growing up, I was I was a Michigan I was a Michigan State fan, but I never really watched the Lions. But I like watching Calvin Johnson. Like
Hmm.
I'll probably just watch his highlight, but I really wouldn't watch the games.
Okay. Was there a specific team that you watched growing up?
I like the Texans, and I like the Jaguars.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Um, because Allen Robinson he got drafted to the Jaguars, and he's from Detroit,
Ah, okay, that
so I
makes
used to
sense.
watch him.
Yeah, I'd like to pick him up on my fantasy team, especially for one of those deeper receivers. But
Yeah.
as you moved on to high school and you were starting to focus in a little bit more on your football playing, did you start out at receiver, or how did your what positions did you play growing up? Was it a bunch of different positions and then you kind of honed in on receiver, or have you always been a wide receiver?
Growing up, I kind of played a little bit of everywhere. like I started off on defense. I played defensive end because I was kind of taller than other kids.
Sure.
And then it's like as I grew older, well to high school, first I was gonna play DB, but I got hurt, and then I ended up playing receiver. And then it was like, you real good here, so we're gonna let you improve here. And then I turned out to be this.
So you said you got injured as a DB, and that was when you moved over to wide receiver?
Yeah.
How did that work? Why did the injury cause your coaches to move you to receiver?
No, I always play receiver. It was just
Okay, just to focus in on one
yeah,
specific. Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, after you were focusing on receiver and you started to get through high school, and how did you basically just how did you win? How did it feel to win the state title last year, and what was the celebration like that went into all of that?
It was just like dang, because I started with those guys, and to go out their last game, a state champion, it meant a lot to all of us. Because I grew up playing football with them, and it's like I to see that and for that to be their last game with me, it was just amazing.
So you are the head honcho now, I would assume, going into your senior year. You've got, you said you lost a few key pieces. What would your goals be for your senior season as your team is transforming?
Um, to me, it's kind of not like I don't really care about my yards and stuff like that. I care about like the development of the program. So we got some real good players that's coming in as freshmen, and that probably didn't play as sophomore. And I'm trying to develop them guys to get them ready, to at least to compete with us. You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like
So
focusing a little more on leadership and trying to develop the team aspect of your team.
yeah.
Gotcha. We've had I put out on a forum and Twitter and Facebook and stuff just to ask some of our audience members if they had any questions for you. So throughout this, I'm just going to sprinkle in a few questions from them. But Jay Blas from the Hoosier Sports Nation forum asked, "How are you starting to balance out the post recruitment process of finishing your high school career and enjoying the experience of one last chance to compete for state with preparing to play Big Ten football at IU?"
Um, just trying to finish out the season. I know I know our team is good enough to win a state championship, so I'm not really, that's what I'm really focusing on, the state championship. But I know when I get to after the season, I can focus on my Big Ten plan. But I feel like I'll do good in the Big Ten because I trust the coaching staff there.
Are you trying? Are you? Of course, you're expecting a huge difference, especially going into Big Ten football and just collegiate football in general. But is that something you're almost focusing this year as a senior, trying to get bigger, stronger, faster, all of those aspects to get yourself ready for your freshman season at IU?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm basically using this season to get myself mentally ready.
And I know your since your recruitment is of course over for your senior season, is that something that is at least relaxing to you that you don't have to focus on trying to find a college to go to? Is it something that you can finally put that mental capacity towards just winning and playing football?
Yeah, I feel like it is because so far, it's kind of just been relaxed. I just been with my teammates more. I haven't really been taking trips to everywhere, seeing places, talking on the phone with coaches and stuff. I can talk to my teammates,
Hmm.
and build the bond with them.
Yeah. Um, Leathernecks from Hoosier Sports Nation asked, if you had to give a scouting report on yourself, what would it say?
Uh, I have great hands, great routes. I need to develop a little bit more in a lot of aspects of my game still. Then it'll probably say like for negatives, probably a say I don't know. I don't know what I do like wrong. Like,
Hmm.
cause I feel like if I was to mess up on a route or something, then that's how. Like, if I was to like if a DB was to win a rep with me, it's because I messed up on something that I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Just a mental mistake?
Yeah,
Gotcha. Would you say then for your areas of improvement, maybe just you've got a lot of strengths, but just to continue to improve on those strengths?
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I want to move into a little bit of recruiting because I know Hoosier Nation is always very fascinated about how recruiting works since we don't really get to go into the process of all of that. But with Indiana specifically, when did Indiana start recruiting you?
I think it was. I think after my sophomore year, one of the coaches had came up there. He was like, "Man, you're a great kid. We like the way you play. We feel like you'll do good in our program."
So it was
And then
still, so it was
yeah,
still one of Tom Allen's staff members, and it wasn't under the previous Kevin Wilson staff.
no, it was under timeout.
Gotcha. Okay. And how often then did they follow up with you as they were trying to recruit you?
At first, it was kind of like relaxed, like I don't know. But then he had came up to the school. He was like, "Do you think like we'll have a chance at recruiting?" I'm like, "Yeah, coach. You feel me? I'm 100% open. I ain't committed to it." So they started talking to me more. And then that's when the whole coaching staff just started texting me, and then we started talking. And then I had went down on a visit, and I just liked it.
Hmm.
And ever since then, IU have been one of my top choices.
That's awesome to hear. Now, breaking down a little bit the timeline of your events, you had over 30 offers basically when it was all said and done. You broke down that your top 5 schools the day before you announced your final decision. Was there any specific reason for that?
No, it was just to like post it because I knew like well I didn't know at that point, but I knew like the 29th meant it was special for me because that's my mom's birthday. So
Oh,
the 28th was like this is my top five,
so
and then I
when
waited.
so when did you know that you wanted to go to IU? Did you not know until the day of, or did you just post the top 5 to kind of give those us the media fans just something right before you committed?
No, I had it was like I didn't know until like literally the day of because I talked to Coach Allen.
Hmm.
You know, we talked a little bit. He was like, "Man, we love you here." And then I talked to Coach Hurd. He just saying like all the stuff that we could possibly build at IU.
Hmm.
And I
What were
told him like,
what were
he
some of
said,
those
"What?"
things then? What were some of those things then that those coaches told you that just made it click for you that you wanted to go to IU?
Like it's different. Like I could have went anywhere, but he was like, "You could go anywhere, but it's a different place here." Like I felt the family atmosphere when I was there, and then the players, they're like good people.
Hmm. Especially with the term that Tom Allen has, the hashtag LEO, the love each other. But was on that final day before you knew that you wanted to go to IU, what was the specific turning point? Was it Coach Allen and some of his staff texting you, or was there a specific thought that popped into your head, or what was that final thing that made you want to come to Indiana?
It was it was like the coaching staff, and then I knew I could build like a great like recruiting class from that point.
Hmm.
So it was just that.
Did any other coaches text you that day, or was it really just Indiana's constant being persistent on trying to talk to you and get you into their doors?
I mean, it was other schools that texted me that day. I won't say by name, but it was other
Sure.
schools that texted me that day. But Indiana was just like this could be you know start of your legacy here.
Hmm. Yeah, and with that, with Coach Tom Allen, I know you've of course started to develop a relationship with him. But for those of us that don't get to see him really off, because we get to obviously see him on the field, where we get to see him kicking a trash can over because he's getting excited and high fiving the fans. But what is Coach Allen like?
I mean, he's like a loving person. Like he's like family. As soon as I met him, he seemed like just like family to me.
Is he different off the field than he is on the field?
Nah, he's like the same guy, the same person he is on the field. He's the same guy off the field.
That's
It's like
pretty.
he's just an exciting person.
That's pretty cool. And as he started to develop his relationship with you and the coaching staff, because I know you have a relationship with Mike Hart as well, but what was their pitch to you as they were trying to get you to come to Indiana? What did they envision you being as a part of this Hoosier team?
They kind of envisioned me being like a key part of the success. They said I still got to come in and earn my spot. That nothing was going to be given. I still had to come earn my spot, and I could be a part of something successful.
Hmm. What was your then relationship? Speaking of Mike Hart, what was your relationship with current running backs coach IU Mike Hart? Which, for those of you that didn't know, is a Michigan alum himself.
Uh, he's kind of like he talked to me like he's an uncle or something like that. Like that's the type of relationship I get from like the coaching staff.
Hmm.
But me and him and me and Coach Hurd, we got that specific family type relationship.
So it sounds like family, or at least that family aspect of a program, is really important to you. Was that the biggest aspect that played into your decision, or what else kind of went into your decision when you wanted to come to IU?
Like that was kind of basically it. Cause like I like my relationships. Like I take relationships like they're real important to me. So if I had a real good relationship with those two coaches and I know I could trust them and put my future in their hands, like I was like, I know I'd be good.
So when you were talking to your family members about where you wanted to go to school, I know you originally talked about before committing that you might possibly want to go out of state, might not want to go to Michigan or Michigan State because you wanted to kind of get away and just be able to get through college without having a safety net, I guess. How did your family react, and how did they kind of guide you through you wanting to leave the state?
Um, at the end of the day, it was kind of like my decision. They were all going, with my decision, but they kind of did want me to go to Michigan. Like some of my family were kind of like big Michigan fans and stuff, but I'm like that. I just want to leave the state. I want to, be different. But they
Mhm.
were all like okay with my decision because they knew that I was gonna make the best decision for me and my family.
Are some of them Michigan fans themselves?
Yeah.
So
No,
are
not my family. They like Michigan,
okay.
but it's like wherever I go, it's gonna be like the type of fans they're gonna be.
Okay. So they're now definitely part of Hoosier Nation, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, when you committed to Indiana and you officially visited a couple months later, how many times have you been to Bloomington so far?
I think in total I've been to Bloomington 4 times.
Okay. Have you eaten at any restaurants yet?
It was dang. I can't think of them right now. I can't think. But we went to like a pizzeria.
Was
That was
it
good.
Mother Bears?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so.
Did you get any wings?
Yeah.
Okay. You went to Buffalo's possibly?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it's called.
Okay. Okay. So do you remember at least a specific restaurant that was your favorite as of now?
Um, it was kind of like a small pizza place that we went to, but it was me and like two players that committed.
Hmm.
So we had went up there. And then it was just like the pizza was just good. I can't remember the name to it, but it was real good.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to get you some restaurant names and stuff to see if we can find it. Then also just for you when you visit and you eventually come to Indiana, a lot of those restaurants, because Bloomington is definitely known for one of the things you're going to learn pretty quickly is that B Town loves their restaurants, and there's a bunch of different ones there. So you'll have to get ingrained with all that, which is something to look forward to. But in recent interviews, you mentioned how, and you even mentioned this a little earlier in the podcast, how you wanted to kind of start a pipeline of recruits to come to Indiana. And all of us are asking, but more specifically, KDB from Hoosier Sports Nation asked, are there any specific people that you might be recruiting at the moment?
At the moment, let me see. It's a guy. His name is where his name go. His name is Johnny Walker,
Okay.
the DN. I'm trying to get him. I've been talking to him. Keontae Jenkins and Lanier Carr.
Okay.
Those are like one of my top picks right now. And I'm trying to get the running back from Detroit, Martin Luther King, Penny Boone, to come to Indiana too.
Okay. Is that so? How does that recruitment work? I guess with you, are you a guy that like text them? Do you call them, FaceTime them? How does that usually work when you're trying to get some of those players to come with you to Indiana?
Um, so some of them happen like on visits. Can you?
Sure.
Yeah, some of them happen like on visits and stuff. So we'll go from a visit. I'll talk to them, then we'll get the texting and stuff. And after that, we'll just build a relationship. Or if I never met him, I text him on Twitter, be like, yo, what's up? Let me get his number and stuff. Then we build a relationship like that.
Hmm. So,
And I tell him like the dream, like we could build a new dynasty for you.
yeah, especially since Indiana fans are right now are trying to get to a consistent bowl game, and I think Coach Allen started to get a lot of great recruits in, and having you be one of his spokesmen to keep progressing and making that continuous line of great recruits is something that all of Hoosier Nation loves. But so you are someone that is actively recruiting players up until you'll be able to come to Indiana, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. Because I know a lot of Hoosier fans are most familiar with like the basketball side of things, how there's someone like Trace Jackson Davis, a current freshman on the basketball team, just being really vocal on Twitter and everything. And it's nice to see how other players are recruiting the incoming freshmen. But let's transition over to some more questions about maybe your time at IU. Now, of course, being a receiver quarterback is one of the main positions that you're involved with, but with there being a QB battle at IU at the moment, what is something you're looking for in your dream QB?
Who can just step up and really be a leader and lead through tough situations. Be kind of persistent, even if we're down by like 10 in like 2 minutes. Be persistent, be the best player you can be at that point.
Have you had any relationship with any of the three current QBs on the roster at the moment?
I follow. I can't remember his name, but number 9, I follow him on Twitter.
Okay.
So we haven't really talked to him.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you got Jack Tuttle, Peyton Ramsey, and Michael Penix Jr. So we'll have to see, especially because this week we're waiting for possibly an announcement of a starting quarterback. But a year away, the quarterback position could be something that's very different with the way things are going for you. But as we continue on, Benjamin on Twitter asked, "What are your goals for your freshman season?"
Just to come in and set a tone, show that it's gonna be a different culture there at IU. So that's kind of like my freshman goals.
Okay.
Come set a tone, show that Detroit kids can play.
Yeah. Are there any specific? Because of course you're looking for. You said that Tom Allen, your spot's not going to be given to you. You're going to earn it. But is that? I would assume, of course, that your goal would be to start and try and get a lot of minutes on the field as well as a freshman. Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Are there any specific statistical goals that you're looking for? Or is it kind of just coming in, get a feel for the game, and then just start to develop a good positive attitude with everyone?
Yeah, kind of sort of that. Once I get in, I just make plays on my number card, and then build the trust with my quarterbacks and the coaches to where they can design plays specifically for me.
Is there a specific player that you are looking forward to playing with that is on the team right now?
Stevie Scott, that's my guy.
Really? Do you have a relationship with him, or is just you've loved what he's done the past year?
I seen what he done in the past year, but I met him on my official visit, and he's just like the type of player that you can just like. He got like a positive vibe around him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my guy.
Yeah, Hoosier Nation loves that because last year everyone loved the kind of stuff he was bringing. Kind of came out of the blue, and he seems like a great guy. What you mentioned already, what your biggest strengths and some of the stuff you wanted to work on, but Leathernecks from Hoosier Sports Nation asked, "Are you a vocal leader, lead by example guy, or both?"
I'm kind of sort of both because I lead by example a lot, but when I have to step up and be vocal, I'll do it.
Those are great qualities in a leader because I know a lot of times leadership is not just leading, but it's also knowing when to take a step back and lead by example. But Jay Blatz from Hoosier Sports Nation asked, as a receiver, how important are you to some of the other responsibilities and details of the position, such as good, clean route running, explosive blocking downfield in the running game, knowing when to initiate contact to get needed yards, and when to get down/out of bounds?
You just gotta know when to do a lot of the stuff. Like me blocking, I block on like every run play we'll do. I'll block because like if I'm blocking for them, because I want them to block for the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And getting in and out your breaks on your routes. That's kind of it's gonna get you the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The quicker you can get out your breaks is the quicker the quarterback can get you the ball.
Mm-hmm. We just talked about how you're excited to play with Stevie Scott. Is he someone that you're in constant contact with him, or is there anyone else currently on the team that you're hitting up all the time?
Yeah, me and him talked. I talked to Taiwan Mother.
Okay.
Yeah, those are two of the key guys that I talked to.
Are you looking forward to going up against Taiwan?
Of course.
Yeah.
I talked to him on my official. I'm like, man, you seem like a good guy. I want to go up against you because I think we played each other back when he played on Florida Fire.
Okay.
I'm like, you seem like a good guy I want to go against.
Which you just kind of answered another question that Leathernecks asked from Hoosier Sports Nation. Asked, what defensive back are you most looking forward to lining up against practice? Is there anyone besides Taiwan that you're looking forward to going up against?
Nah, just really him.
Yeah, which that's going to be a great battle to see, especially in the spring game, the Cream and Crimson game. That's going to be something to look forward to for Hoosier fans to be able to go out and watch you guys. Are you into basketball at all? Speaking of IU.
Kind of, sort of. I talked to some of the commits on Instagram,
Okay.
but I can't remember their name. They have follow, like we just follow each other.
Okay. Are they current players or people that just committed like, within the past couple of weeks?
Um, it was some people that's on the team now, and then a couple of the current commits.
Have you talked to Trace Jackson Davis or Armand Franklin?
Uh, Me and Tracy, we follow each other.
Okay. What about Trey Galloway or Anthony Leal?
I don't know. I have to go on my Instagram and see.
Gotcha. But the reason I ask, because of course you hear IU and you hear that Indiana's a basketball state and everyone loves their basketball. So are you looking forward to going to a game at Assembly Hall?
Yeah, I can't wait to get to one. I just want to see how good the basketball team really is.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to see how good the basketball team is, despite the past couple of years. But is there a specific major that you have decided on yet?
I want to major in communications.
Okay. Let's move on to, let's wrap up with some more fun questions. Now, on your Twitter name is Rashawn, quote, Trouble Williams. Is there a backstory to that?
Yeah, my C team coach, he gave me that nickname because I was always like bad. Well, I was first bad. Like then I used to try to skip practice, like at practice, because we had this little playground, like by the practice field. And I always told like I told my grandma like I'm gonna go to practice, but I went to the playground. But it was right next to the practice field, so my coach had seen me, and I tried to like hide behind the tree. And he came over like, "Man, what are you doing? Come put your stuff on."
Was that?
And then they made me run.
How young were you when that?
I think I was probably like 8.
Okay, so basically when you just started playing football, more or less.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And as a possible follow up to that, is that your official nickname? Is that who people call you on the field? Do people call you that by name, or is there another nickname that you have?
No, that's what people call me. That's my nickname.
Just Trouble.
Yeah.
Are there any pregame rituals that you have to do before a game?
I mean, I just listen to music, get locked in, just focus mentally.
What?
Get around my teammates, get the little vibe going.
What's on that playlist?
When everybody feeling good, that's when everybody play good.
Yeah. What's on that playlist to get you to feel good?
I listened to one of my friend's songs. He had died, but his song, it just get me going.
You want to give him a shout out here?
Yeah, I'm about to go to it. I'm about to tell you the song.
Okay. Do you have any superstitions? Speaking of pregame rituals.
No.
No, nothing like you have to catch a pass at the end of practice or something like that before you get to go home or something.
I mean, I try to just get it going like early in the week because I know if I set the tone Monday through Thursday, Friday, everybody gonna already be knowing what to do. Because once I set the tone in practice, everybody just follow behind me.
Jay Blast from Hoosier Sports Nation asked, "What are your interests outside of football?"
Say it again.
What are your interests outside of football?
I like to watch like little anime. I watch Naruto. I watch a little Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that.
Which one's your favorite?
I'd probably have to say Naruto.
Okay. The next part, we're going to do kind of like a rapid fire round. So basically say the first thing that pops into your head for the following things. You ready?
All right, come on.
All right. Favorite NFL player and favorite team?
DeAndre Hopkins, Houston, Texans.
Okay. Are you a video game guy? And if so, which games?
Yes. Madden.
Okay. Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Okay. Favorite TV show and then favorite movie?
Favorite TV show? I'll probably have to say, dang, what do I watch? I'll say Naruto. And my favorite movie, Ted. I used to love watching that movie when I was younger.
What else is on your pregame playlist?
I'll probably listen to a little bit of like Detroit rappers and stuff like that.
Okay. Which actor would you pick to play you in a movie?
Will Smith.
Okay. If you didn't play football, what would you do?
I probably play basketball.
You definitely come to the right school for that kind of stuff. How long did you play basketball, by the way, when you were younger?
Sometimes kids play basketball.
Sure.
You can always go to the court.
Some
So
pickup.
that was the first thing that I started playing.
Okay. Did you get to play any organized basketball at all?
No,
Just
I
a lot of
played. No,
pickup stuff.
yeah, I played for my middle school.
Okay. Okay. I know at IU the football players like to get together a lot to play basketball. So I bet in the gyms a lot of people are going to see you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where in the world would you like to visit?
Um, where would I visit? Probably. I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably go see like China or something just to see the people,
Okay.
see the different culture and stuff.
Yeah. What is your favorite breakfast, your favorite lunch, and your favorite dinner?
My favorite breakfast, I say, waffles or no, chocolate chip pancakes for my favorite breakfast. My favorite lunch, um, I don't know. I don't know what I eat for lunch. Like what would be my favorite? My favorite dinner, I say chicken Alfredo.
Oh, okay. Do you have that before games?
Yeah.
Nice. What is your pregame meal that you guys usually have?
Well, they kind of like feed us at the school, so they had like Alfredo. Then it's like it'd be a whole bunch of stuff. We'll have spaghetti.
Okay.
It was something we'll have like chicken.
I would
It'd be
assume
like different stuff.
the chicken Alfredo then's your favorite.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you talked about waffles and pancakes for breakfast. I think a lot of people are going to ask that you clarify which one is your favorite, waffles or pancakes.
Uh, Let me see. I'll probably have to say waffles.
Okay. All right. So chocolate chip waffles then.
Yeah.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Um. Nah, no, I don't have any talents.
Nothing?
Nah.
Not that you sing or you like good track player, like nothing?
Nope. I'm a good video game player.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I never lose. I never lose a game in Madden.
All right, there it is. A great Madden player. I'll take that, especially after what was it last month that we saw whatever his name was, however young he was, win however many dollars, millions of dollars at playing Fortnite. So that is definitely a
Yeah.
talent. What is your favorite subject in school?
I probably have to say English.
Gotcha. If you were to have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I had a power of charm. Cause it's like it's different. You know, you could probably get any girl number just with a power of charm. Like you could just get anything. Not
Yeah.
saying like I would do that, but you could just get anything with the power of charm.
There you go. Yeah. I like it. I like that. That's the first time I've heard that. Now, last one. What is one thing Hoosier fans don't know about you that they should?
I'm just a great person. Like outside of like the internet and stuff, because that's probably all you guys get to see so far. I'm a great person. Like I like to be with kids. I watch kids and stuff. Kids love me. I'm just a great person all around.
Well, we can definitely tell that because you took so much time out of your schedule to come on here with us. I know last night we had a bit of technical difficulties, but you still were able to come back today and record it. So, Rashawn, thank you so much for your time, especially when school's just around the corner, practice is coming, and your free time is limited. Hoosier Nation's really excited to have you. I know Mile High from our forum has a shout out that he wanted to pass along, and he's definitely not the only one that expresses this sentiment, but he just wanted to say thank you for picking IU over the likes of Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and then most importantly, Purdue. But where can people find you on social media if they aren't already following you?
My Instagram name is longlive.ray, and my Twitter name is TROULE19.
Gotcha. Thanks again, Rashawn. The best of luck to you for your senior year.
No problem. Thank you.
That about wraps it up for our 102nd show of the Hoosier Sound. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate your support. We will be back next Monday for another edition of the Hoosier Sound Off. News and updates come through Twitter, so subscribe to our show so you don't miss our weekly shows. Most importantly, if you enjoy our show, leave us a review on iTunes or Facebook. Tell a friend, share a link. Your support is really how we grow this podcast. But as always, thank you for listening, Hoosier Nation, and we'll see you next time.